Hello, and welcome to Stories from Behind My Chair. My name is Cindy. I am your hostess of this channel. And the premise of this channel is literally stories from behind my chair. I'm a hairstylist. I've been in the industry for lots of years, so I have lots of stories. And I also want to add, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. Thank you for finding me. And those of you that were here last week, I appreciate you guys so much. You're so kind. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and thank you for all the kind comments. And especially thank you for telling me that the smoke alarm in the next room was beeping. I didn't hear that anymore because obviously it's been out for a little bit, and I just kind of didn't hear it anymore. But thank you. It's been fixed. And if there's a house fire, I will live another day to deliver another episode. Thank you guys. You guys are so kind. Well, with that said, you guys want to jump into story time? Let's do it. So this story has to do with ego, my young ego. When I first started in this industry, I was very young. I went to beauty school at the age of 17, and I was not allowed to get my license in the state of California until the age of 18. So a few months after my 18th birthday, I became licensed. So I'm very young. I'm in the industry. All my peers are older than me. It's the 80s. And I feel like I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm building clientele. I'm making a name for myself. I'm getting all these kudos. People are just like, "You're doing great. You're going to be amazing. You're thriving. You're awesome." I'm eating it all up. I'm thinking I'm pretty great. So the ego is like inflating. The head is getting just bigger and bigger. And I'm getting all these referrals and new clients and stuff. So with that said, let's start the story. It's the 80s. And I get this haircut. Young man, 20s, mid-20-ish, doesn't speak a lick of English. I don't speak a lick of Spanish. Well, at that time I didn't. I kind of do now. But so in our best English, Spanish, we're trying to do this consultation so I can kind of get the gist of what he wants. So it's like, poquito, like, okay, so I'm figuring he wants a little bit off. But in my mind, I had already given him a makeover. Because this young man, he's a good-looking guy. His hair is a mess, and that's what's messing his looks up. So even prior to him trying to tell me what he wanted, I already made up my mind. I was going to give him the most fabulous haircut ever, and he was never, ever going to forget me because I was going to change his life forever because I'm just that great. So I start with the haircut, cut one side of his head over the ear, and this is the 80s, so it's like feathered. It's kind of feathery. And I'm feeling myself. I'm thinking that this is looking great. I mean, from shaggy to like just foxy, looking great. And at this point, I feel him stiffening up, and he's muttering under his breath. And I know profanity. I didn't know Spanish then, but I did know profanities. So at this point, he's mumbling profanity in Spanish, and he is not happy with me. I'm still feeling myself, chopping away, feeling pretty good. I'm amazing. This is going to be so great. He's never going to forget me. Cut one side of his head. Looks so good. I migrate over to the left side of his head. And I'm looking for the ear so I can establish where I'm going to start this off. And that's when I discover that this young man has no left ear at all. No ear. At this point, his hair is short on this side. What's to do on this side? His hair is this long. It's just, I had to continue. I'm almost in tears at this point. I don't know what to do, but in my nervousness, I continue to cut. And like I said, the tension between us at that point was, I could feel it. And I knew, oh man, I effed up. This is not good. This is not good. All said and done, when I was done, like I said in the beginning, he was never going to forget me. He was absolutely never going to forget me because I totally exposed him. Ear, no ear. I'll never forget what it looked like. That was my bad. That was my ego. That was me deciding what was best for him, not listening. That was a really big lesson in the beginning of my profession. And since then, I have to say, I've learned a little more Spanish, so I can do a little more communicating, but I don't assume that I can do something that they would not, that they don't really want, thinking that I'm going to sell them this bag of goods. It's going to be so great. He's going to love it. And it's like, yeah, no, that did not work out so great. So that is my ego story. I hope you guys like that one. That was a quick one. You guys want to hear another story? I'm sure you do. I have a funny one. But you're going to have to tune in next week so I can share it with you next week. So guys, tune in next week. Like and subscribe today. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for being so kind. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.